difference. Woke up today feeling defeated, but right now, today, I feel strong in the Lord. Right now, today, looked like it had the best of me. Looked like it had the rest of me. Looked like this was going to be my end. But today, I got a download. Today, I got a glimpse of better. Today, I got a taste to see that the Lord is good. Today, I recognize that he will not suffer my foot to be moved. He ain't going to let me die out here like this. He ain't going to let me live like this. He ain't going to let the enemy take over me. He ain't going to let this be the end of my story. Today, I recognize that there are angels encamped and about of me. I thought I was by myself. I thought they didn't want me, but today I recognize angels are encamped about me. Heavenly hosts back up, release of angels. Today I realize that. Today is your breakthrough. Happy Monday, y'all. Welcome to Midday. Welcome to Midday with Marcella. I'm so grateful that, listen, I need somebody to do me a favor if you're on. Guess what? I need to be tagged into my own broadcast. I didn't get the notification. Can somebody tag me into Midday? If you are on, tag me into Midday so I could jump in and I could see everybody that's on. It's Monday. It's Miracle Monday. Manifestation Monday, Marvelous Monday, whatever you want to call it, whatever you declare it to be, it is. It is Monday, so I need everyone that's on to like, tag, and share. And if you would be so kind, this is crazy, right? Yeah, somebody did it. Thank you, Shamika. Thank you. Thanks, Mika. She tagged me in. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Cynthia Marie, good afternoon. Sister Dorothy, good afternoon. I'm on, I'm in. Thank you for tagging me in. You know what? That's why we need to be tagged in, because if no one tags us in, we don't get in. If no one shares, someone misses a miracle, misses an opportunity to hear the good news, to have lunch. What's up, beautiful Sister Helen, doing your thing out there in your part of town? Listen, I want everybody to like, tag, and share. It is Monday. Miracle Monday, Manifestation Monday. Travis, good afternoon. It's brunch time, it's lunchtime. Everybody tag somebody. You know why? Because I was real thankful when y'all tagged me in, or I would have felt left out. If Mika didn't just, Shamika just didn't tag me in, I would have been locked out. We don't want anyone to be like that. We want everybody to come in. We want everybody to hear the good news. We want everyone to have an amazing, fabulous, outstanding week. It's Midday with me, Marcella, and I'm so glad. Yeah, Travis said, good afternoon, Midday family. For all of those that can like, tag, and share, Sister Helen, let's hit them up. It's Monday. You know, sometimes we are busy at work. The beginning of the week is holiday time too. You know, the workload can be crazy. The end of the year, trying to get all those reports in, trying to tie things up before the year, before the holiday. A lot of people are out. We want to make sure that we include them. Just hit them up and just remind them it's midday. It's still going on. Listen, are you having an amazing day today? I pray you are. I pray that you're having an amazing day. And if by chance you're not, I'm praying that you will after we've had this time together. I am praying that there will be a major turnaround, a major shift that will take place while you're tagging. Hey, LaTanya, let me tell you something do you have something that's a favorite? And I'm not talking like I'm Oprah, but I'm going to tell you one of my favorite things that's weird. These type of shirts with the thumb out. I absolutely love this type of shirt, a sweatshirt. To those that are on YouTube, I don't know why, Tanya, when I put it on, I just feel like, yeah, look at this. This is my Authentically Me sweatshirt. I got the whole jumper on, the whole two-piece, y'all. Tanya, so I wanted to share with you guys. Look, it got 100% over here, 100% on the sleeve. This is my shirt, Sister Dorothy, my brand, Sister Dorothy, that God gave me, Prophetic Apparel. And I just a few months ago. I think it was for my birthday. Tashonda made this for me for my birthday present, Mother Stephanie. So in case you want to know some of the things that Pastor Marcella loves, and I want you to tell me, it doesn't have to be high end. You got to just know, Tina, I love sweatshirts just like this. T-shirts, I look for them. It's just a cozy feel. You know how you have on like a one piece pajamas, or you might have that flannel, or you might have them socks, Sister Helen. I love when I find shirts or sweatshirts just like this, and I love the way it looks. I don't know. It's just something about it that really makes me happy. And when she got this for me and presented this to me and made this for me, I was like, you know, I love it because it's thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Tell me something, or do you know something that makes you happy? It could be your latte in the morning. It could be your tea. You might have tea. It could be Mother Stephanie's body butter that makes you feel so cozy when you're getting out that hot shower or doing your PM hygiene. Do you know something that makes you happy that you will go out your way to get, or when you get it? Candles. It could be a fragrance. It could be a food that just takes you there. It could be a book, a certain author. It could be getting on midday. It could be anything. Mother Stephanie, sometimes we look at all of the stuff that's big. We look at everything that we don't have, and it could be the little thing. It could be a simple thing that no one would ever imagine, no one would ever think about, and say, "That's, you love that?" Absolutely. Like, I know I'm in my family, we're foodies, right? We're going somewhere with this because we're going to learn how to identify what we like. And then we're going to go after that, and we're going to disconnect with what we don't like. Oftentimes, Sister Helen, Mother Stephanie, we stick with all the stuff that we don't. We have a big tolerance, Tina. Tina says Starbucks, pumpkin spice lattes, candles, cozy socks. Exactly, Tina. We tolerate, and we have a high tolerance for what we do not like, what we can't stand, what we think is ridiculous. But the stuff that we like is low, and we don't really know. We don't really know because we spend. What's up, Sharina? Midday is good for you, and it's good to you. Sharina, I'm talking about one thing that I absolutely love, or I'm very fond of, is sweatshirts that my fingers come through. My thumbs are out, right? And Sharina, sometimes we spend more time. Let's talk about that. We spend a lot of time tolerating what we don't like, what we hate. We magnify that. You know, I don't like that. I don't like this. But you never talk about what you like. You never identify. What's up, Annette? We missed you on yesterday, Pumpkin. We never know, Annette, what we like. So then we have a big consciousness of what we don't. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, if you don't like that, then what do you like? If you don't like something, what do you like? So when I get to the opportunity, or I see a shirt like this or a sweater like this, I am super excited because I love it. I love certain things. As I may think of my best friend. Best friend, we are talking about Stacey Ace. We're talking about stuff that we love, we like, and building on that. We spend so much time on what we don't like. We know that off the bat. I don't like that. I don't like that. But then when it comes down to, okay, what's the alternative? What's the next? What do you like? What do you want to spend your time in? Let's accentuate the positive and stop highlighting the negative. So that means Mother Davis, welcome to all those. Janelle, welcome to those that are going up the timeline. We're talking, and what we're talking about today is that, guess what? You don't know, you know what you don't like. You know what you're not going for. You know what doesn't work. But let's put into play what works. So a few months ago, Annette, Janelle, they told me that I couldn't eat beef anymore. They said, I'm allergic. Well, you know, when you go out, you usually get that. Okay, so what was a substitute that was going to appeal to my palate, that was going to make me feel satisfied? I now am a person that eat a lot more lamb because I'm not able to eat beef. Or when I go, I'm like, is the only thing you have chicken? I have to ask because I cannot eat beef. It doesn't work for me. It's not supposed to be something that I take in. So we know what we don't like. So if I ask you right now, you don't like the house you live in, or you want a house. I don't like where I live. Well, what is the house that you would like to have? What does that look like? I don't like this. I don't like the way they treat me. Well, how should you be treated? Do you even know what the standard is? Do you know what your level is? Do you know that? Because when you don't know, Angela, people will treat you. It's called assumptive. Listen to me. Communication, right? She said, I love those shirts as well. That is my best friend telling me through Facebook, through Midday, that she wants these shirts, right? That's how she does. She'll tell me, I like that. And then when we get off, she's going to say, how you got that and you didn't give that to me? This is my authentic me apparel. I have the whole sweatsuit on that I started working on. And this was the first print. Shakina, hey, Mom, if you know what you like, then you're going to stand on it. If you know what you like, then you're going to draw to that. If you don't like something and it's not working and it doesn't work for you and it doesn't work for your destiny, why are we tolerating what we don't like, what is not necessary, what is not, needful for us to grow? I understand, Janelle, thank you. I want you to hear me. If you don't like certain things, then why is your whole freezer filled up with it? If you say, I don't like carbs, I'm not eating carbs, because ultimately you're going to lean back on that because that's what's around. That's what's available. That's what's familiar. That's why the Bible talks about, Sister Sybil, thinking on things that are pure, that are just, that have a good report. Because when you have a buildup and you got a consistency of positivity, will negativity show up? It will. That's what it's supposed to do. It's going to try. But if you've already got a positive vibe, you got high vibrations, no low conversations, that thing can't live. But if all you have is just the negativity, all you have is just the confusion, we now have to weed out. God, have mercy. You've got to weed out. I don't want to, or I don't like, hey, Miracle. I don't want, I don't like paying, a full price for anything. Tanisha, God help me, guide me into the right direction. That's for me, and give us the clarity to understand. I'm so glad you're praying that, sis, because we have to now know what doesn't work so that we could gravitate. The Bible will talk about, present your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable, which is our reasonable sacrifice, right? If he's asking for holiness and presentation, anything else from that, we have to check. That's Romans. We have to check that and start working towards the goal. Does that make sense? I don't like, and I don't want to pay. There go my sister right there. She said, hey, Alicia, if we say, I don't want to pay full price for anything, then I've got to now put some things into play. I might have to get on some sites and put my email out there so that I could get the discount. I could get the heads up. I could get a part of a private sale. You're going to walk in with favor, but you got to position yourself to be a part of. Does that make sense? You got to position yourself so that what you say or how you feel will be manifested, because faith without works is dead. So if you don't want, I don't like soda. If I go to someone's house right now and they don't like soda, I expect not to see soda. I might see a different type of beverage because they have weeded that out, Sharetta. They have made a decision that doesn't live here. We've got to be mindful. We've got to be conscious. We've got to be awoke that, guess what? If I don't want negativity, then I've got to weed out the Debbie Downers. I got to weed out the gossipers. I've got to weed out what's going to bring me down. I have to limit people that have low conversations or no faith. If I'm going to move forward, thank you, Tina said, that's right. Coupons are necessary. Let me tell you, I don't believe I should pay full price for anything. So if I see it, do you know I'm still watching to see if it goes on sale? And I bought a pair of shoes and they were already on sale, but like the next week they went on and they were like down to $50. Oh, I sent them back. And I got a refund, right? I got a refund because I'm not paying for, I don't want it if it's at that full price. I feel like I don't want to pay that. Everything is going on sale. I'm going to wait it out. I'll pray you have my size. But guess what? That takes diligence. That takes being intentional. Daniel became 10 times better than all of the other people. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Tawanda. Why? Because Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself. I'm talking to people today on midday that you've got a purpose in your heart that I'm going to be or dominate my atmosphere. God, have mercy. I'm talking about dominating the atmosphere and the atmosphere, not dominating you. I'm talking about if you say hate won't live here, poverty won't live here, then you've got to welcome in wealth and riches. You've got to welcome in ideas. You got to welcome in or be open for new streams. A pie is not going to drop out the sky. So you've got to know what you're doing. Today on midday, we're talking about some of the things we like. If you like fresh flowers, if you love fresh flowers, then that's where you should be investing in. Not the dead flowers, not the, the silk flowers. You might say, okay, I'm going to deal with that. Hey, Sister Vicky, but what about when you say, this is what I like? I like antique furniture. I do. I like antiques. I'm down with a little mix and stuff like that. But if you come to my home, you can look in the back. I have more of an antique than a contemporary theme going on in my house because I like it. I draw to that. I like vintage, Mother Stephanie. So then I'm going to look at stuff and be like, ooh, look at that. That's like a little old school 1960s. I will go with contemporary. I'm not against it. But if you were to ask me, oh, I want an old school dress. I like an old pocketbook. It doesn't have to be old, but the style, the fashion, the way the women look, I do appreciate it and I like it. So when someone is looking at you or when you're talking to the Lord or you're set out to do something, do you know what you like? I'm talking, somebody talk to me. Tawanda, we know what we won't have. I'm talking about being okay. Trying to get you to know that guess what? You've got to blossom. And it is okay to know who you are. Savannah says, I love antiques too. So that makes sense. So people who know me, right? They know that I love lipsticks. Lord have mercy. They know I love gloss. They know I love all of that, right? And I'm really not like a foo-foo, fluffy, prissy. But let me tell you, this is just at my desk just in case. I've got tons of lipsticks, right? I know I am a matte, long-lasting type of girl. So I purchase stuff that is matte, long-lasting. If you give me glossy, you give me that, yeah, I'm not really into that. Predominantly, if you look through my makeup, you're going to be able to tell what I like. If we were to look through your cell phone, look through your contacts, would we be able to find the type of people? If the Lord came back and somebody said, let me see where you are, Latanya, would we be able to determine who you are or what you're about or where you're going by your contacts? If we were to able to look into your refrigerator, like anybody come to my house, they could tell my husband is a cooker. Lord, he's a chef. It's every seasoning. There's all types of boils. It's racks and racks. That's who he is. All types of knives. That's who he is. He loves it. Anybody who knows him. I'm talking about, are we able to talk about the positive, your future, your present, your purpose, or are we only able to see your past? Woo! Are we only able to see your hurt, your disconnect, the dysfunction? We talking because we're on the 19th day of this month. Pastor Alicia, she said, that's really good because we know we talk so much. The Bible says, forget about the former. Shall you not know that I'm doing a new thing? Will you not know? Do we focus on every bit of hurt, every bit of stain, every bit of anguish, and then we saying we want the future, but where is your future roadmap going? What does your destiny look like? Do you only see it through gloom and doom? So I have a spiritual daughter, and every time, hey, Lakeisha, we love you. Hey, girl, and her beautiful family. Let me tell you, Mother Davis, so every time something happened, she wanted to tell me about the tragedy, and it was tragic, and it is. And people would come around me and say, she's a baby. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm not a babysitter. I'm a pastor. I want to be clear that you might have babysat her, but my assignment is not to babysit her. My assignment is to develop and cultivate her next and her now. So I'm like, I'm not going for the baby gaga goo goo. I need a pacifier because that's not my assignment. I'm not going to be good with that. God hasn't called me to that. You could start there, but anybody that's around me, we're going to grow. We are going to go. That's what I'm called to do, to pastor, to help cultivate, to help birth. I know that. So when they would come and say to me, oh, she's a baby, or she's like, I'm a baby, I would get so mad because that's your own level. No, don't tell me that you're a millionaire, you're an entrepreneur, but you're a baby because you want to do big stuff. What is it that God has called you to do? And that we stay stuck on, Pastor Alicia, what we like, Sharetta, what we like or what we don't like. We don't know. We haven't spent more time in our future. That's where I want you to go today. Up the road into your future. Up the road into 2023. Up the road. So Sister Dorothy, I know right now, my husband and I are going to buy another home. Well, out the gate, we were talking yesterday, and he was like, I want that gas stove. It has to. Because we know now. We know now we need a bigger kitchen. Way big. We know we need a master closet. Does that make sense? We understand now where we're going. So instead of me staying stuck on what's not working, I've now got to shift into what's going to work. Fill my palate, fill my eye gates, fill my spirit with what's futuristic, not past, not what's hurting. That happened. You made me who I am, but God's going to call me to greater. I want you to understand. Yeah, that's right. Complacent with the now, right? You got to understand that if you don't know, if we don't know, Monica, Deborah, Lady Hall, the enemy is going to tell you what you like because you don't have an idea. So when I go get my makeup done, and Pastor Alicia's on here, she's a makeup artist, she's a hairstylist, she's all that, she's the glam and the glitz, right? If you sit in my chair as a stylist, you're going to give me an idea of what you like. You might bring me a picture, and I'm going to build from that. But if you come and just say, do whatever, I'm going to give you what I think works for you. I'm going to look at your features. That might not fit your day, but I'm going to be like, I'm going to give you long hair. Long hair might not be for you. You've got to communicate even getting your hair done. Unless you build up a relationship, Sharetta, with somebody, and you be like, girl, every time I sit in your chair, I'm good. I trust you, right? Then I know you. That's time spent. But off the cuff, you just do. I go to my nail place and I got a picture off of Instagram because he don't know me. He don't know my life. I'm not into color. I've been wearing a French manicure for like 20 years. I don't change. I might put some diamonds and maybe the color, but I'm a French person. And you know what he says to me, Felicia? He goes, you kind of boring. That's fine. That's all. Now, I'll do my pedicure anyway. But when it comes to my hands, I'm pretty simple. I know what I like. So I'll give him, maybe going to put a line. He's like, ooh, today, you want diamonds? But I have to come already telling him the direction that we're going. Because if we don't, Chloe, what's going on, babes? If we don't, Felicia, he's going to give me what he assumes that I would like. Now, he might look at me and say she's Afro-American. Look at her hair. She looks like she hustles drugs. She looks like she could be a stripper. She looks like she's this. She looks like that. And on a different day, you might get a different look. That doesn't mean that that's who I am. I have to tell him who I am and what I'm expecting and what I'm paying for. Do you hear me? You've got to be able to allow God to develop you and be okay with saying, this is what I like. I don't like that. When we go out to eat, thank you. My husband can eat char. He can eat char burgers. Some of y'all love that. Mother Stephanie, that's not me. I don't like char. I don't care. I don't. I just don't. So I say to them, I don't want it. I want it cooked extra, but please do not burn my food. My husband be like, sear it, burn it, char it. He loves it. He's clear to say what he likes and what he doesn't. And when they bring it to him, Felicia, he sends it back. And if they send it to me and it looks like his, no, I didn't ask for that. You've got to be clear, because the enemy is going to put on you and put on us what he thinks. Okay, does that make sense? He'll say that, guess what? Everybody in the family is going to be an alcoholic. Every woman is going to be divorced. You guys can't keep a good woman. You can't get a good man. You're always going to be poverty. You're always going to be low vibrations. He'll put that on us. He'll put us in situations, Felicia. He'll put us in a situation and he said, I'm going to cap you. I'm going to muzzle you. Remember, they put Daniel in Babylonian captivity, and then they go indoctrinate him. But Daniel was God's man. Daniel knew his identity. Joseph was in the palace and in the pit and had a standard and said, no, I will not do this. No, I won't go for it. No, you're not going to make me sleep with Potiphar's wife, Spirit. I'm not looking for an easy way out. I'm God's man. If you don't know, Lord, have mercy, and you don't speak up, oh, you'll be eating crow all your life. And then you'll get to an age and be like, I don't really like crow. Well, you ate crow all your life. You never said anything. Who would know you didn't like crow? Man, y'all better hear me. I never, and I don't care if people would say this, you're going to think that this is crazy. I was in a very dysfunctional relationship from 14 to 26. It was horrible. I have 11 stitches in my head. Well, a hole where I had 11 stitches. So many times people would say to me, she loves to be like that. She's so drama. She loves to fight. She loves, that's what she, that was horrible. I didn't love that. That was what I was involved in. That was the level. That's how dysfunctional I was, mother. That's how hurt I was. I did not know. But when salvation and breakthrough came, and the inkling to get the heck up out of there, which was through Jesus Christ, I took my shot. The Lord drew me, and I grabbed onto him. I did not know how, Shamika, to get out before. Tawanda, I didn't. You ever been into something and because you're around the culture, the environment, you buy in, you're not strong enough? You know, I never wanted to be on welfare. I never wanted to live in this living situation. I couldn't do no better. But when an opportunity to one up, the opportunity to get out, of course, you know what I'm talking about. That's why you're on midday today, because you said, I just don't want to do the average. Sunday is not just enough. I just can't go jump and shout. I need food for my soul every day. I've got to be in tune with God. Or I got to do extra for God. I'm not okay just being religious. I'm not okay with just going to the dead church. This is what my region has, but I'm reaching out. I'm pulling out. I'm standing. I'm crying. I'm believing God. You've got to do, and you've got to be able to explain, Darvin, to yourself, I don't like this, and I want more. And then you put it into play. You are not limited. You are not boxed in. You better hear me today. I'm talking to someone that you could be 50 and you could have had all the kids, and you're looking at yourself and saying, I don't know what I like, and I don't know who I am, because I've raised kids. I've taken care of families, Felicia. I took care of my niece. I took care of my nephews. Everything. I took care of everybody. I'm the caretaker. But now I don't know how to take care of me. You know what you don't like. But do you know what you like? Have you ever gone on a vacation? Do you know what it's like to see the blue water? Have you ever gone and went on a spa? I've done hair for years. And I pastor for the last 7 years, 8 years. Not a long time, but long enough. Darvin, Tawanda, Sister Felicia, you know what I found out? A lot of times people say they don't like stuff, but they never tried it. People say they don't like people, and they never had a conversation with them. I've had people tell me, you know, oh, you look like you've never had, when they talk to me, they're like, you are so down to earth. But you've never had a conversation with me. You looked at my stature, you might have looked at my demeanor, and you just assumed that I was that person. And then you made a collective decision that, guess what, I don't like her. I don't want to roll with her, right? But then when you get with me, you might be like, oh my God, that's nothing that I thought. I want you to understand that's what the enemy is banking on. He's banking on you and banking on me being ignorant, having lack of knowledge. That's not an insult. Please hear me. The Bible says that my people perish because of the lack of knowledge. Yeah, Tawanda said this is true. Hey, Sister Mary, all of a sudden, the enemy is banking on you not having enough knowledge to find out, to make a sober decision. I don't even want to live in the house. Do you know that, when my husband and I moved into our second home, that what we were paying for apartment, our mortgage was almost the same? So why not own? But the enemy is banking on you to look at everything that you can't do and not realize that you can do all things through Christ. Does that make sense? He's banking on us, Felicia. I don't like that type of guy. I like this guy because that's what you used to. You're used to a rough rider, but you never had. He looked like a cornball. He might be a cornball, but he might really be everything that you need. He might not even be a cornball. He might just be the perfect gentleman. He might just be what you need. He might just be the best listener. But he's banking. Satan is banking us to stay and where we are because we know more about our past than our present. We know more about, what we've been through than knowing about being a healer and how God will heal your heart. When I first started to date my husband, and I just believe that this has to be talked about. Because we got to develop so that you'll know this is what I want. This is who I am. This is where I'm going. And then all of a sudden you find out that guess what? When you know where you're going, when you know what you like, it'll attract people. So when I sit down at the table, Felicia, and I tell them that, they say, well, we have this. And of course they're going to start with steak. If I'm at a steakhouse, if I'm at a steak restaurant, they're going to go through all of the steaks. We got porterhouse, we got sirloin, we got steak with the bones in it. We got a 5-ounce, we got a 20-ounce, right? Oh, my husband is like, yeah. But for me, then I have to say, do you have lamb? What are your other options besides beef, besides steak? And then they'll tell me, we have this lamb and it's cooked in wine and it's or we have this chicken. I have to now bring what I know to the table. And then I'll be like, absolutely. And can you do my lamb like this? I'm not a novice. This is my life. And I know I can't eat the beef. Does that make sense? You've got to know. You've got to know. And you got to hear this. Hear me. Get close. Cut everything down. Remember, Satan tried to offer Jesus everything he already had. He said, turn these bricks into bread. He said, man shall not live by bread alone. Had the Lord not known, and we know he knows, that guess what? That we shall not worship no other God. Satan tried to get Jesus to worship him. He said, there shall be no other God. Love God with your whole heart and only him. Mother Stephanie, Satan will throw stuff at you, Soretta, Felicia, Makisha. He will offer you the biscuit. But if you're a biscuit lover and all you want is bread, you're going to buy it. But if you want steak and you want solid food and you want the real deal, then you be like, I ain't taking the biscuit. He will offer you a one-night stand and tell you that this is a long-time love affair and you getting deeper and deeper. But if you know I am wife material, I am favor. I'm not a booty call. I'm not your sidekick and I'm not your counselor. I am not your mother. I am not your laundry woman. I am not, I'm not your secret sauce. If you can't deal with me on the level that I know I stand on, then we can't deal. And thank you and bye-bye. Does that make sense? He will lure you in. He'll have you, you're just like a sugar daddy. I don't need to be your sugar daddy. I need to be your covering. I am a band. I am your husband, right? I'm the visionary. I got a next level vision for you. I got what it takes to take us to the next level. I'm your protector. I'm going to help you. Does that make sense? I'm going to help us. But if you don't know, y'all better hear me. He'll tell you that, we just friends. You're a grown adult. How many friends you need? And if you really think about it, you're not my friend if you can't help me and we can't grow together and we ain't putting it down together. We're not friends. You're temporal. You're temporary. You for my flesh. Come on, y'all. I'm the favor. Yup. Sister, thank you. Does that make sense? Sister Dorothy, if we don't know, all of a sudden they'll tell you. People don't mean no harm. They'll be like, girl, he ain't for you. And you're like, what? You got to know that you know that you know. With my husband, and I'm getting ready to get off to here because we're going to talk about what you like and what you don't like. I remember I'm married 16 years. To God be the glory in February. I'm a woman that was in domestic violence from 14 to 26. If I told you my story, you'll start crying, but we ain't having a cry time today, right? Makisha, when my husband called me, he said to me, the Lord said that you're my wife. I was like, you are a liar. You are a false prophet. I'm calling out Bishop, and I did. Oh, I was like, no. And he said to me, after we start talking and we had went out, I said, how did you know that that I would like you? He said, because I know what God told me. He said, I know God told me. I know what he said to me. And I know the voice of God. He said, God told me it was you. And I knew that eventually you would have to obey God because you love God. And I know that God told me that. The thing that made me attracted to him, Soretta, Felicia, Makisha, wasn't the fact that he approached me. It was the fact that he knew what God told him. No matter how I acted, no matter how resistant out of fear that I was, that, I couldn't believe this was happening for me. It was like a dream. I want to tell you that I was highly sought after. He went through the loops and the hoops to get me. Remember, I'm a woman that, 14, I just was doing whatever and stayed there until I was 26. Couldn't speak up for myself. I mean, not enough to say, don't do this to me. Don't bring that home. Don't, It was horrible, right? Now, here's someone that said God told them to choose me, to pick me. I was the choice. He went to my bishop. He went to my spiritual mother. He went through the channels. He dated me, paid for everybody to go out. But the thing that wooed me and won me and still wins me 16 years later, y'all better hear me, ladies. You better hear me, sir, bro. You better listen up, is the fact that he knew for himself. He knew for himself that God told him that. And then he said to me, Lakeisha, he said to me, if you would have approached me, I would have never wanted you. I wanted the woman God found for me. Let me find. I wanted that. I didn't want a woman to come after me. I don't want somebody chasing me. I wanted the woman that was in her vein, in her element, and it was you. I wanted the woman that was in prayer. If you would have been easy access, I knew I didn't want that because I had already had that before. Did y'all catch that? If you don't know who you are and you ain't good with it, the enemy will make you think you better lower your shirt and show him some of your boobies. You better do this. You better cook for him. You better, kiss, find out what the package look like before you buy it. If you don't stand, the enemy will twirl you. He will have you out there looking crazy. And then all of a sudden you miss what God had. He knew what God told him, but I knew what God told me. Stand down. Mind your business, Let him do what he do. And that's what I allowed to happen. And this is the truth. LaTanya said, I'm a witness. I allowed him to be who God called him to be to me. Because I needed that. I didn't want to run after nobody. Mother Stephanie, I didn't want no more drama. I couldn't take another breakdown, another embarrassment because I had so many. But I knew what my future, and I would hold to this scripture, unto him that is able, in the book of Jude, to keep me from falling and present us faultless. I knew God was able to keep me. He gave me a home. I had been driving a bad car. I had money. I had my bank. I was good. I was not willing to bend and go backwards. It was steady forward. If you don't know, you better hear me. Who you are and what you like and where you're going and what God said, you will settle for the biscuit and be steak hungry. You will be full with biscuit, full with bread, full with junk, full with drama, and never get the right meal. Today, I wanted to let you know, look, you ever go to a class? Hey, I'm Marcella Booker. And this is not my first time on Midday, but I love sweaters that make have my fingers out, right? I love lipsticks that are matte, long stay. Do you know anything about what you like or where you're going? Are you able to say, I'm this and I love God? And okay, you love God. So then after what? After that, I'm Marcella Booker and I don't pay full price for anything, but I invest my time in making sure I get coupons. I'm patient. I wait to see the high thing come down. Does that make sense? I wait for the high thing to come down. I waited and I'm waiting. Let me tell y'all, this is how serious it is. There's a certain store I shop at on New Year's Eve. Ooh, a lot of good sales gonna go by, right? Gonna come down. I'm waiting. That's how I buy my shoes. When that price hit, $100, $150 shoes, get ready to hit $31. And you could believe I'm on that. I'm on there. Because what one pair of shoes costs, I could buy 4. I'm intentional. I know my size. I know where to go to get it. This is not just about clothes. This is about, do you know what you like and what you need? Do you know that prayer is a keeper, so you can't let nobody take your peace? I'm not willing to have you in my life and you take my peace. I'm not willing to allow you to come and stay and bring all your demonic forces with you. I love my life. I love being in God. I love going to church. I love being the worship. I love being a giver. I am not willing to compromise that, to take down from that. Yeah. I'll be on it. Yeah, me too. I love the sale on the shoes. Do y'all hear me? Lord have mercy. Biscuits, hungry for steak. Ain't that the truth? Because if you don't know, and this is my final statement to all of my midday family that's on here today, I need you to like, take, and share. There are days I'm hungry and I really want a meal, right? So you know what I do? I eat chips. You ever been online and you just crack open chips while you work it while you're waiting on the line? Have you ever had like a Kit Kat, a Snickers, and you're because you're hungry? You really wanted a meal. And Tawanda, sometimes when I get to the restaurant, because I've eaten the substitute, when I get to the meal, I'm taking the food home because I've already eaten junk. I got filled up off of junk. That wasn't what I really wanted, but that was what was there. So I ate it. So I go to the restaurant, I pay that bill, I bring it home, and I can't eat it because I already got filled up with junk. Don't allow the world to fill you up with junk. And when it's time for you to really get the real deal, you're already full. You're tired. You're worn out. You're stressed out because you filled up with junk. Woo! That's a good one right there, y'all. Pastor Doreen, let's not get filled up with junk. And then when it's the real move of God, we can't go with it, Pastor. We got so frustrated that when it's time, remember, let me say this to you. When Joseph was in jail, Pharaoh calls him. The Bible says that Joseph shaved himself after all the hell that he went through. That's why that's my scripture. Joseph was like, I ain't nowhere near as tired. This is my moment that I've been waiting for, and I'm going to take my shot. Do not allow, reject, deny, evict the junk out of your life so that when your blessing comes, you can get it. So then when your shot comes, don't be so wore out with the kids and all the cares that when you and your husband go on a date, you ain't got no energy, you ain't got no fire, you ain't got nothing to give because you done got worn out. No, get a date, get a babysitter, call auntie over, but save something. When the whole day is over, Pastor Alicia, the morning, you so tired, toiling, worrying. When it's time for prayer, we give God nothing. No, get the junk out, prioritize, know what you like, know what you need, know God's going to take care of it, and stand on it. And after you stood, I'm talking to you, sis, get them the hell out. And let God bless you with the real deal. Huh? Get them out. So you got to go. I cannot go into my next with this bondage, with these weak promises. I can't. Come on. Get them out. I'm talking to somebody. You got to get your mind back. You got to get your peace. I'm waiting for him to leave. He ain't never going to leave. Why are you giving him so much authority? Stop it at the door. Nip it at the door. Oh, no, I'm not going to leave. If I had free room, board, and body every night, why would I leave? This is a dream. Oh, my God. Pastor Doreen, we waiting for people to exit. He don't mean to exit. He means to stay. Had Jesus not commanded demons out of people, they wouldn't have left. There was a tormented boy going back and forth into the fire. Do you think that he would have left? He comes to have a house, a body he could use and take over. We waiting for Satan to leave. He comes to dominate when we should be dominating. I would have still been getting beat up. I would have still been looking like a crazy woman if I didn't jump in and follow the Lord and the people he sent in my life. He didn't have no intentions on letting me go. So why then when the apostle was doing revivals in the book of Acts, the woman was going around saying, these men surely be of God. And they cast out the devil out of her, for she made much gain. Pastor Doreen, we don't realize our ignorance and our lack of knowledge and lack of discipline discipline makes somebody have gain. I don't care if it's with doctors giving you medicine for anxiety, for heart trouble, for migraines. Somebody is making money on our lack of knowledge, our lack of consistency. Oh my God. He cast them out. The government, the people of the town, the city they were in, said they were going to kill them boys. We make money off of her being a soothsayer. We make money off you being depressed. We make money off of you not knowing and thinking that it's only in a pair of bundles or a wig or red bottoms. Because the more you unstable, double-minded in all your ways, there's a profit to that. Don't you ever let nobody tell you different. It's only when we get free that we get single-mindedness and then we dominate. You don't make no money off of me. God gets all the glory. No more psychiatrists. No more hotel runs. No more paying your rent. No more jail, bonding you out. You know I need no. I'm talking to the Holy Ghost, right? Getting rich off of us. Listen, this is what we're gonna talk about this week. Do you know what time it is? Do you know that it's time for you to know more about our future than our past? Do you know it's time for us to know about our future? About your destiny, about your purpose, so you don't trade it in or compromise it for profit? Okay. Hey, Grace. She said, my. It's the truth, Ruth. And you're going to be free today. We're going to take time out and we're going to write down what we like. We're going to investigate what it is that you like. And we're going to endorse what God called us to be. We're not going to keep, I don't like this, I don't like this. Well, what do you like? What do you want? Because I don't know what you want. I know what you don't want, but I haven't seen what you do want. Does that make sense? Yeah. What's up, Tawanda Blocker? God bless you, woman of God, Pastor. How are you? We're talking about knowing what we like, standing on it, being intentional. Daniel knew, Pastor, that he was not going to eat the king's meat. He had an alternative. He had his own menu. He had God's menu. He had God's plan. And the boy stood 10 times better. He said, listen, I'm not eating the meat for idols and the meat that's not supposed to go on my diet. Stop eating the stuff that we ain't supposed to have and know what God has for you. Huh? Yeah, listen, we got to get out of here. Yeah. Listen, what we going to be at tomorrow? You know, you might not know tonight, but tomorrow we're going to be on midday. I need everybody that's on, all of us that's on. Pastor Tawanda, I need everybody to hit the notification. I was having a challenge with everybody hearing the word. And it's because through Facebook, you got to hit your notification, hit the screen. You're going to see a bell on the right side, and you're going to hit all. You're going to hit all. Pastor Doreen, if you've been having, or Pastor Tawanda, you've been having with your trouble with your notification, it might be because the setting is on suggestive. And that means that you get it sometime. If you're on YouTube, follow me. Make sure you hit this notification. And I know what I don't want. I don't want you guys to think that I'm not on. But what I do need is for you to hit that notification and follow and get on tomorrow. Because midday is not just good for you. It's good to you. This is why I have on my prophetic apparel, authentically me. Because I know what I'm going to be, authentic. And I can tell the enemy, I will never be fake and phony anymore. I will never dumb down. So I'm so into this and so delivered that I'm not afraid to put it. I'm authentically me. There was a time, what size shoe you wear? Because everybody I knew, Pastor, wore 7. No, I wear size 11. Yes, do you have my size? I need that. I know the shoe stores to go to. If you don't know, you're going to go somewhere and you're going to be frustrated. I don't go into the petite size. I ain't prophesying. I'm living right now. This is where I'm going at. Do you have tall? Is it tall, girl? Is it curvy, girl? Sometimes we're going around the mulberry bush because we don't know. Because they don't have nothing for me. Girl, you're in the wrong section. You're in the wrong section. Pastor Doreen, there was a time I would be embarrassed. Oh, how tall are you? I'm like 6 feet tall. Okay. Before I would be like, I don't know. Now it's like, I know. So what are we going to do? This is who I am. Are you looking for a tall girl? Are you looking for a tall woman? Are you looking for something? Yeah, we're looking just for you. We didn't even look at your height. We don't care about that. Come on. Because what I'm not going to do is come in here and act like I'm 4'2". The devil's a lie. That's not the role for me. Sorry. And this is where we're going this week. We're going to learn to love the skin we're in. We're going to learn that, guess what? What you don't want from me, Lord, I don't want to have. David said, what you love, I love. And what you hate, I hate. Huh? You got to know it so that you could win. because we're called to win. And this is going to be, we ending this year big time with a big win. Somebody needs to type, this year is ending with a big win. Please share the shoe store. I wear size 10. Oh, yeah, Felicia. I know him. I know. She said share. Yeah. Anybody got a larger size foot, sister? Felicia's like, she need a shoe size. I could go. I will definitely plug you in. Yeah. Pastor Doreen said, I'm tall. You see that when you know who you are, then you can say, stand up. I'm tall. That's me. I'm tall and I'm proud. You short, I'm good for you. But when you don't know and you don't own it, you can't get no help. Some of you are called to win and soar. Preach and got an authentic anointing, but you're just hanging around chickens. You're an eagle. You're called to fly, to soar, to dominate, to live on another realm. But you don't know that because I don't even like an eagle. Girl, you ain't never been around no eagle. That's ending this year with a big win, with a big win, with a big win. I declare a big win. I declare a big shift. I declare eye-opening, breathtaking anointing hit your life. I declare that you would not settle and that you would not compromise and that you would not shrink back. But I speak to those that are listening today. I declare a big, massive, major motherload win in your anointing, in your identity. I declare in your spirit that you would stand up, that you would cry loud. I declare that you would shift and change, that there would be a heavy load conviction, that the Spirit of the Lord would fall fresh on you, and that we would move and march forward, no longer sitting and staying and compromising, miserable, looking at other people. I bind jealousy. Some of us are hateful and miserable because somebody is living their dream and you gleaning and you mad because you scared. Don't be scared. Get in. Get on board. You got to be in it to win it. Stop hating on her. Girl, how you doing that? How you did that? How you start? I want that. Help me. And watch God. Watch God. Watch him. Watch him work. Watch him. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, Ashley. Some of us are jealous. She always got to have, it's always going to be that for her. It's always going to be more for her because she put her foot down and said, I want more. She put her voice out there and said, I want more. She put her faith out there. She put her money out there. Don't be mad at her. Get with it. It's always going to be good for you if you put yourself out there. It's always going to work out in your favor if you get out of that state of mind. Woo! Get in it. That's good. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Why for them? It's never going to be for me. It ain't never going to be for you because you already counted yourself out. It's always going to be low prices for me. It's always going to be the crooked going to get straight bread. It's always going to be something. He always going to leave something for me because he said, I'll give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. It's always going to be the next. It's always going to be happening. God's always going to look out for us. God's always going to take care of us. The men will give unto our bosom. Strangers will build our walls. That's how it's always going to be. You better get with me. You better get with the word of God. Pastor Doreen, it's always. Sister Dorothy, it's always. I'm not looking to lose. I'm not looking for the high price. I'm not looking to get robbed. I'm looking for strangers to rebuild my walls. I'm looking for people that I don't even know to jump in and jump on and run with the vision because it's always going to be that way. God's always set us up to win. This is how we fight our battle, But you got to know it so you can own it, Come up against you being confused and unsure and insecure. The devil is a liar. I declare the scales to come up. I declare childhood wounds and hurt from rape and molestation and being an orphan and being disowned. The spirit of rejection go now. In the mighty name of Jesus, I cast down insecurity, second guessing, analytical thinking, robbing your own self of the victory, talking your own self out of the championship. The devil is a liar. It's always going to be God. It's always going to be good. It's always going to work in our favor if we trust God. Listen, let me get out of here, y'all. Woo! Yeah. It's Monday. It's manifestation. It's miracle. Whatever you say it's going to be, it's going to be. It's always going to be good. It's always Ashley. It's always Tawanda. It's going to be good for you. It's going to work for you. But you better know what you're working with. You better know what you're working for. You better stand on it. Because if you don't, the enemy will blindside you. He will punk you. He will bully you and make you think you're nothing. can't have nothing. Pastor Doreen said, Pastor Doreen, it's always going to be a restaurant. It's always going to be a taste testing for you. It's always going to be 5-star for you. It's always going to be a new adventure for Pastor Doreen because she's so seed. She go out there. She's always going to have a positive report because she's just that type of woman. It's always going to be a high vibe. It's always going to be good. Huh? Yeah. Mother Davis is always here, just always. I needed that today. Listen, those that said I'm sowing. It's always gonna be something. Actually, gonna leave something. Somebody said it's always gonna be a bonus for me. It's always gonna be an unexpected blessing for me. I'm looking. I feel like the Clark sisters. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Hey. I'm looking for a miracle. I'm not looking for mess. I'm looking for miracles. Huh? I'm not looking for the problems. I'm not looking for the tea. I expect the impossible. I believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Listen, why don't you go and sow? To all of those that said he always going to send seed to the sower. Somebody will come up and give me. Somebody going to call me. God's going to always make a way for the seed sower. Why don't you go sow? This ground is good. You needed to hear this because the enemy was been punking you. He been punking you. That's why you need a sister. That's why you need a good cousin. That's why you need a good sister like me. That's why you need to get on the midday. I ain't scared to tell you, right? It's a little TikTok to Wanda, and one sister getting bullied, and she's like, I can't remember her name. She got a sister, they twins. She's like, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Tell me her name. They little. I love this TikTok. And she was like, Paris, you can't. Mother's like, Paris, you can't handle it like that. Paris, she was like, let me know her name. Let me know her name. Because what she said to her sisters that I ain't scared. They ain't gonna bully me. Let me know. Tell me her name. And her sister come back and say, I tried not to tell Paris. But Paris was like, her name is Storm, but I brought the storm. She like, 5, I come to tell you on midday, I ain't scared to call your destiny. I'm not scared to call you greater. I'm not scared to tell you that the Lord said that you are the head and not the tail. And it's a big win coming your way. I know the enemy didn't want you to get on. I know he didn't want you to connect. I know, but the Lord let you connect. And I want you to know, guess what? I'm calling your name. I'm calling your name. You are a winner. You are better. You are more than enough. You are enough. Go ahead and sow your seed, y'all. Come on, y'all. Ashley said, yes, Paris. You seen that one? Ashley said, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? I said, I love a sister like that. I love a sister like that. Like, who messing with you? What devil got you thinking you can't rise from the rubble? What devil got you thinking that God won't use you and bless you when he used a little boy's lunch and fed thousands to the overflow? What devil will make you think that he won't use you and he used me? Who made you think that he's a respecter of person? That's a lie. Come on, get out of here with that. Don't let them punk you. Go sow your seed. Let me know. Thank you, Tawanda. Yeah, it's a big win, Red. It's a big win, honey. It's a big one. We like Red Fox. This one, Elizabeth. This the big one, y'all. This the big one. God gonna do it. This the big deliverance. This is the biggest breakthrough. I feel like, oh God, Elizabeth, I'm coming for you, honey. Next level, I'm coming for you. This is the big one. God done broke me free. This is the big one, Tawanda. I'm getting ready to praise God. I'm getting ready to see more money than I ever seen. I'm getting ready to sow more seeds. This is the big one, Alicia. This is the big one. Yeah, go to Cash App and sow your seed. Somebody say this is the big one. This is the big one that's going to break my family out, Red. This next move. This is the big one. This is going to bring my uncle out. This is going to bring my brother out. Oh, God, yokes are being, this is the big one. Who I feel like, okay, this is the big one. This is the one that's going to go down in history. This is the one that's going to make sense for all the warfare. This is the big one. This is the big one. Listen, go to Sal. Oh, I love y'all. Because I could be authentically me. Go to Zelle, sow your seed. Go to marcellabooker.com, sow your seed. Some of you can sow $20. Sow that seed, because this is the big one, baby. This is the big one. Yeah, actually, this is the big one. More than I've ever seen. This is the big one where I sit at tables and kings and queens. This is the big one, y'all. This is the big one. When I see them bend and bow, strong and wrong, get ready, bend and bow. Apologies are getting ready to come in. This is the big one that when I see them, I ain't even going to care no more. I don't even matter. I got delivered. This is the big one. I never thought I would get over it. Oh, God. But look, God, I'm praying for my enemies. This is the big one, Pastor Dorita. Oh, my God. Just the ways to give. How many of y'all are sowing? Y'all ain't going to look at Fred Sanford the same way no more. Red Fox and them. Go sow your seed. Go to Cash App. Excuse me, I got ice because I'm drinking my water. I'm out of my business. Fab Marcy 70. Sow your $20 seed. Woo! It's the big one. Manifestation Monday. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Join tomorrow. How many of you said you sowing your seed? Tawanda said, praise God. Ashley said, my Lord, this is the big one, Ashley. Oh, Lord, Ashley. Oh, Lord, they got to call the news in. We done got the building, child. We got the house. We done got the breakthrough we've been praying for. Call the news is coming. The news is coming. They got to record this. They ain't never seen nobody break out like this. This is the big one. This is the big one. Oh, my God. We having our baby after all this time. I'm pregnant. This is the big one. Ask Sarah. She said, the Lord has made me to laugh. Who would have thought that I would have had a baby, Abram's baby, in this old age? That was the big one after all the mistakes. Cash App, $ Fat Marcy 70. Listen, I love you guys. I love Midday. December 27th. Pastor Doreen, can you believe I've been a year on Midday? 1 year, y'all, 5 days a week, and we are steady growing. I love you guys. This was the big one for me to have to start going on live, and I never thought I would do it or doing anything virtual. Thank you, Tawanda. This is the big one. You guys are the big one. You guys, Midday family, y'all the big one. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting Midday. Thank you for supporting the Marcella Booker Show on Praise 100.9. All the stuff that we go to do, getting on, sending prayers. Listen, thank you, Rhett, for sewing. This is the big one. Listen, I love you. If you are looking for a makeup artist and you're anywhere in Charlotte, look up my daughter, Savannah Hamilton. She is up and coming. She's starting her business, and she is moving by light speeds. Go, if you Christmas parties, New Year's party, I'm telling you, you're gonna get slayed. Your face gonna get beat, and she's gonna take you to the next level. Look up Savannah Hamilton and get your face done. Let's support our own right here. I'm so proud of her and what she's doing. Investing time, learning about the makeup, learning about faces. And listen, she's here to serve you. And you heard it fresh right now, live on Midday. Now, when you see her all over and she's doing the stars, you're going to be like, what happened? I see you on Midday. She's going to be like, I told you this was the big one. I told you this is the big one. So listen, make sure you look her up. Look up Mother Stephanie. Get that body butter. Listen, we got some entrepreneurs and we got some people that know that they're called to affect and change. And I have no problem sharing anybody's information so that the kingdom can be advanced, so that lives could be changed. These are women, our women, God's women and men doing the daggone thing. And we want to support. We want to support. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. She said, thank you so much. I love you guys. Savannah Hamilton. Look up Stephanie DeBose. That body butter. Woo! Goody, goody, goody. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Tomorrow at 12, we'll be here.